to get my hands in the midst of this anymore. Lord, I just want what you want. I don't want what anyone else wants. I want what you want. I don't even want what I want. I want what you want. I completely surrendered that to him. And in the coming months, it was just, God, I want what you want. God, I want what you want. I mean, it was like a full of, out of the heart, not out of the mind, out of the heart, is that it was this surrender of like, I just want what you want. And it was like, and he brings Christine into my life. I surrendered that. Not to put you on the spot, I'm sorry. But I surrendered that. I said, Lord, I don't even want a wife. I don't want anything. I just want you. And then it was like, that was when the moment when he really brought it in. So, anyway, God came to restore that which was lost. Matthew 18:11. And I just want to go back to James. So we read in James, verse 3, we say, this is in the New King James, so it's a little different. Knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. I'm sorry, let me go back. Verse 2. Count it all joy when you fall into various trials, right? Diverse temptations. Knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. Knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. In nothing. Nothing. God doesn't want us to lack in anything. Nothing. And the beauty of it is that we don't have to lack in it. We have it all. We have everything. And it's so, when the trials come and we get put into this place of testing, faith produces patience, right? So, Bill Johnson says this thing. He says, faith doesn't come from striving. It comes from rest. That blasted me. At a conference last October. Absolutely, I lost it. And I was caught up on that. Faith doesn't come from striving. And that was when I realized that I went 2 places striving with my father's death. Even though I had complete and full, I'd moved forward now. I have a ton of healing from that. That was 3 years ago. But God showed me that I went to this place of striving. I couldn't help it. It was, whatever. I had to. I mean, I get caught up in a work mentality. I was pacing back and forth here, and don't take this the wrong way, but so you have some wire here that runs along the floor. I was thinking about how you could drill a hole in the side and run the wire inside the wall and out through there. I mean, I'm going into a works mentality. I do installations at churches of traditional organs with sound systems. So we work on hiding the wire and doing all that stuff. So here I am going into a works mentality. I'm shundying and Lord, thank you, I receive it. Thank you, hallelujah. And I look down and I go, oh man, you know what? We could probably put that wire. Gotta stop, my goodness. So faith doesn't come from striving, it comes from rest. And rest is a sign of submission to God. I truly believe that. It's a sign of submission. So Psalm 37 verse 7 says, and I have to look at it, excuse me. Rest. Got to learn how to rest. Psalm 37, 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way. Because of the man who brings wicked schemes to pass. I was like, why do I have to bring this word, It doesn't matter, I believe this house. I really do. I believe that, it doesn't matter, who is advancing, what church is around you, whatever's happening. It doesn't matter. As long as you create an atmosphere of adoration and worship and praise and just glorify the Lord, that's all that matters. Because that's all we need. And in that place of rest, that's where we need to be. That's where he fixes. That's where he does the work on us. So that word rest, Psalm 37, which is an awesome psalm, just a powerful psalm. That word rest, the Hebrew translation of that word rest is to be silent or be quiet and not make a sound. Now, for a charismatic Pentecostal, hello, that ain't gonna happen. I mean, we're shundying and declaring, and we declare, and whatever. But yeah, I mean that's the type of thing, and so I mean Jesus says, is it Matthew 11:29? Take my easy, take my yoke, for my yoke is easy, my burden is light, and I will give you rest. And that word, the Greek translation of that rest is to stop, to become physically refreshed as a result of resting from work. Okay? And I really believe that word, that is that Old Testament mindset of works mentality. I'm not talking like you had a rough time at work, and listen, we all do, whoever works here or whatever. But I'm not saying like, take a break, go home, put on the TV, kick up your feet, whatever. I'm talking, the resting in the Lord, resting in His presence, because it's in that place that we get to know who He is. We need to get an idea of who He is. Our passion in life should just be to know the Lord more and more every day. That is it. That should be our passion. Yes, His joy is our strength, but our passion should be to know Him more and more, to just know Him more. It's not about my ministry. It's not about my work. It's to know Him more. Those are great things. Those may be mandates in my life that the Lord's put on my heart. But to know Him more, because in that He comes and He gives me something. He shows me who I am. Who I am in Him. And then I become to understand my identity and to acknowledge who He is. It's like this constant back and forth thing that I don't understand what it is. But it happens in a place of rest. It happens in a place of rest. That is step one to everything. We need to stop. We need to stop doing. We just need to rest. So, yeah, that's good. I have a quote here from Christina introduced me to A.W. Tozer, Pursuit of God, and it just happened to be one of the things that I was reading when the Lord gave me this word about rest for this house of prayer. And so I'm reading, the rest word keeps coming, and then sure enough, I pick it up, I start reading Pursuit of God, and A.W. Tozer, at the testing place, there will be no dozen possible choices for us. Just one and an alternative. But our whole future will be conditioned by the choice we make. I'm going to read that again. At the testing place, there will be no dozen possible choices for us. No, there's not going to be a bunch of choices. Just one and an alternative. But our whole future will be conditioned by the choice we make. And time again, I must have beaten myself up for not making the right choice. Okay? And that's what when I read this, that's what oh gosh, I have to make, it's like, it's either His will or it's not His will, and that's not, I don't believe that, It's like, I need to make the right choice. The right choice, and this is what I believe that A.W. Tozer was talking about here. The right choice is stepping in to Him, stepping into His presence, stepping into that place of rest, and having Him show me who I am, and having Him show me, God, I want more of You. I want to know You more. I want to understand what it is, God. Lord, I'm being tested right now. There's something coming on me. There is frustration. There is challenges. I'm not good enough for this. I'm not good enough for that. My work is terrible. I can't stand this. Get me out of this. But it's in that place of rest where we learn to understand what His will is for us. So, Psalm 91, and I'm going to end it right here. Psalm 91. We'll find it. Oh, this is a new Bible, by the way. Wait, you gotta, can I get volume? This thing crunches. It's amazing. I was blown away. Someone borrowed my Bible at a conference, and they forgot to tell me, and they just took it, and so I'm guessing it's going to make it, it's way back. But anyway, all right, Psalm 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I will trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrows that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. Skip to verse 9. Because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you. When we get into that resting place, when we get into that place, nothing can hurt us. Nothing. There's not thought, even thoughts. Even thoughts of my what ifs, or what should I, or whatever it is, or this stinks, or I'm sick, or whatever. Nothing can. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over you. Right, David?
Amen.
Right. To keep you in all your ways. There's such serious spiritual warfare that's going on over us. I'm just fully getting a glimpse of this. That's another time, but it's deep, and that's what's happened. That's what's taken place. And you're not only a conqueror, you're more than a conqueror. You have authority. The name of Jesus has authority over every other name. So you just declare His name, and that's it. For He shall give His angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. And here it is. Here's the Lord saying this. Because He has set His love upon me. Remember, this is David, in the dwelling place. And this is the Lord just speaking to him. Because He has set His love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him. Come on. I mean, seriously. And show him my salvation. So, that's it. I'm just going to pray right now. Lord, God, we just want to rest.